He has a probation warrant, no bond.
Fine for all costs for possession of methamphetamine. And given a false name. Possession of methamphetamine, the bond will be $2,500. False name, $500. Tracy Martin. Mr. Martin, how long have you lived here in South Florida?
In South Florida? His whole life, Judge.
You are to have no contact whatsoever with Roxanne Dario. To find probable cause. Your bond will be $5,000. Yancy June. Date. Is this Mr. June next to you, Ms. Curry?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. What? Date is very similar to the other one?
Yeah, and I'm looking at his NCICs. He's got nothing. This is exactly like the other keys, except that he's even older.
I find no probable cause. He is released.
Outright?
He's outright.
Out left. Tobarius Lockhart.
Bonded out.
Ivan Janosov. You're charged with making written threats to kill or do bodily injury. I find probable cause as well as criminal mischief. You are to have no contact with Justo Yanes. No contact with Julia Villena. How long have you lived in South Florida?
Good morning, Your Honor. I've been living here for the last 20 years.
Where do you work?
Muralist, Your Honor, I'm an artist. I do art, I do murals, I do canvases.
For free or for pay?
For pay. But
They-
because of the situation that these people create me, I'm going to this situation right now.
These people created a situation, essentially, they ask you not to live with them and leave them alone, and you're 40 years old. Is that correct?
That's not really correct. Which is correct is that they became mentally ill and they create me a situation, you know, of hate and envy. And that's why I left the house. And actually, I didn't leave. I came back from Colombia one day because I make good money, you know, and then they throw me out to the street.
When's the last time you saw a psychologist or a psychiatrist?
I saw a psychologist like 2 years ago, something like that.
Were you hospitalized?
No. It was because I was helping my ex-girlfriend that is related to this case too, because they create something to separate me from her, and then I realized that it was these people. So when I went to try to help my girl.
You answer the question.
Okay, don't talk about the case.
Oh, sorry.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your bond will be $3,500 for making written threats to kill, do bodily harm, 250 for criminal mischief, and to have no contact with your parents or go up around that house.
Yeah, the names.
The name is Julia Villena and Justo Yanes. Travis Grafe.
He refused court, Your Honor.
Judge, we can waive his presence.
Is charged with battery on a inmate. How are you, Ms. Kemp? Ms. Kemp, you were before the court charged with possession of cocaine. Bear with me for a second. Let me review your report. You're also charged with possession of MDMA, or also known as ecstasy, and possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis. I don't think they charge you with the cannabis. You're charged with possession of MDMA with intent to distribute. I find probable cause for possession of cocaine, possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, possession of MDMA, and possession of MDMA with intent to distribute. State, what's the recommended bond?
We would ask for 2,500 for count one, 5,000 for count two, 2,500 for count three, and 5,000 for count four.
Those bond will be set as recommended 2,500, 5,000, 2,500, and 5,000. Good luck to you, ma'am. Step in the back. Amber Bieber,
She's a fugitive from Broward County. She has no bond.
but so right now you're charged with felony fleeing.
On a bicycle.
Yeah, they basically.
What do you need, ma'am?
The stack.
Okay, what do you say that you need? You need this or this?
The stack.
The stack? Okay. You're welcome. I'm sorry, but I again, I don't have a statute over here.
I'm pulling it up right now and looking myself.
I'm just trying to figure out whether,
It is, Judge. I'd ask for $1 bond.
I'll set the bond at $1, find probable cause.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Lais Quevedo Morales,
Bond out.
Shantae Wallace.
She refused. Your Honor, reset for tomorrow.
We set it for tomorrow. Shayla Magruder.
NBC, reset for tomorrow.
In this case, the state has filed a motion for pretrial detention. I guess will be passed to tomorrow for hearings. Danisha Ford before the first appearance judge. Is that you, Ms. Ford?
Yes, hi.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. You're charged with possession of cocaine with intent to sell or distribute, possession of MDMA, also known as ecstasy, with intent to sell or distribute, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or distribute, and possession of cocaine. I find probable cause. State, what's your recommendation?
5,000 count one, 5,000 count two, 500 for count three, 2,500 for count four, 2,500 for count five, and 100 for count six.
The bonds will be $5,000 for possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, $5,000 for possession of MDMA with intent to distribute, 500 for possession of cannabis with intent to distribute, 1,500 for possession of cocaine, 1,500 for possession of MDMA, and $100 for possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis. Lázaro Valladares.
NBC, Your Honor, reset for tomorrow.
For those who are present in the courtroom, NBC, I've been told, stands for not brought to court. Usually what happens is that they refuse to come to court, or they're in the infirmary and they're not able to come to court. They're entitled to be in court, so we pass it to tomorrow so they can appear before a judge. Derek Andrews.
This is another PC hearing.
Yes, Your
This one, my officer can't make it in today. He's on a call at this exact moment. I just tried calling him a couple minutes ago.
He cannot make it today, period, or he cannot make it right now.
He can't make it right now, and it's the start of a call. I have no idea how long it'll last, but he definitely can be here tomorrow morning and was already subpoenaed for it.
Let's pass it to tomorrow morning then. Gregory Finney. Mr. Finney, you are before the court charged with trafficking in MDMA, also known as ecstasy or Molly, and possession with intent to sell the same substance. I find probable cause. State, what's your recommendation?
We would ask for 20,000 for count one and 5,000 for count two.
The bonds will be 20,000 for possession of MDMA with trafficking amounts, and possession with intent to sell is $5,000. Mark Alex Del Sol Galvez.
All right, let's talk about that.
We dropped in on a docket overseen by Judge Chris Martin, and this one had layers. From handwritten threats to allegations of creative trespass, to a whole tangent involving art, Colombia, and some unsolicited family therapy, this courtroom was very much awake. Judge Martin handled it all with a blend of control and quiet bewilderment, as though part of him was thinking, this isn't my first rodeo, but it's definitely one of the wilder ones. Now, Mr. Ivan Janosov, you were looking for a unique defendant. He takes the canvas. When asked what he does for a living, Ivan proudly stated he's an artist who paints murals and canvases for pay, not exposure, thank you very much. But then the gears shifted hard into a long, wandering story involving Colombia, accusations against his family, and a narrative so sprawling you half expected him to pull out a flowchart. To his credit, Judge Martin tried to redirect him and keep the hearing from turning into an unsolicited biopic. There was a brief psychiatric detour when the judge inquired about Ivan's mental health, to which Ivan responded with something that, let's just say, didn't provide much clarity. Ultimately, Judge Martin found probable cause for written threats and criminal mischief, imposed bond, and ordered no contact with the alleged victims who, in a twist, turned out to be his parents. That's right, this whole dramatic saga appeared to be a family matter, and not the sitcom kind. Throughout it all, the judge maintained professionalism, even when the responses strayed far from the questions. There were no attorneys going head-to-head. Here it was mostly Judge Martin, the state, and defendants speaking for themselves. As for courtroom atmosphere, this one walked the line between procedural and peculiar. It wasn't chaotic, but it definitely had moments where you just wanted to hit pause and say, did that really just happen? In the end, Judge Martin kept it steady, reset what needed resetting, and moved the line forward. So, if you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.